What up, everybody? You know what? I got a testimony I want to make. You see, this past Friday, I went to a doctor's appointment. It was just my diabetic specialist. Anyway, though, when we got back and everything, I started having a toothache really bad over here. So I took one of my leftover ibuprofens that I had from back whenever they pulled the tooth that I had over here. Um, because I didn't have to take all the ibuprofens for that because I wasn't dealing with as much pain from having that pulled as what I thought I would have been. So yeah, and I had that tooth pulled on the 3rd, by the way, just in case if anybody's wondering when I had it pulled. But anyway, though, um, so I get home, I take one of those ibuprofens for my toothache, you know, and it's still hurting about 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that. So I get up and I take another one, you know, and then enough hours go by on Saturday, so I went ahead and took yet another one. Only that time I took it without, you know, eating anything. Well, I ended up falling asleep and I couldn't stay awake to save my life. And whenever I would wake up, I felt like a paraplegic when it came to how weak I was when it came to trying to get up. You ever seen Kill Bill? The first Kill Bill, Uma Thurman's, Uma Thurman, whatever her name is. Yeah, Uma Thurman. How she was in that, bed and everything. How she was struggling to get around and everything. I wasn't that weak, but I was still pretty weak nonetheless. And I was like that all day long. I just hurt all over. I was weak. Couldn't stay awake to save my life. And it was like that for a whole 24-hour period. So, yeah. Well, anyway, though, I tried everything I could think of to help myself feel better. Nothing was working. So, I just ended up praying to God, for a healing. Because during that time, I felt like I was nearing death. I felt like some of my organs were shutting down and things like that. So, I'm like, I'm not going to make it through the night. So, I went ahead and I prayed to God for a healing. And I said, but if it's my time to go, then, I pray that you forgive me for my sins and transgressions and that I'll make it to heaven and not be, damned to burn in hell or anything. So, the very next day, I'm feeling just fine. And I'm like, that's a miracle from God. But I was telling my sister about what happened, and she said I should have been rushed to the emergency room and that I'm lucky to be alive because the same thing happened to her here a while back when she had a tooth pulled. And what happened is the ibuprofen they put her on was not agreeing with her body, so the pills weren't breaking down properly. So she had like about so many of them like piled up in her system, and that's what happened to me. But she went to the emergency room and had her stomach pumped. And yeah, if she wouldn't have done that, she would have died. I didn't do that. I didn't go to no emergency room to have my stomach pumped. So, yeah. I just prayed to God and left it in His hands. So, that's my testimony right there. So for these people that say that, oh, God's not real, or whatever, like, well, I'm living proof that He is. So, yeah. Y'all take care. God bless. And peace.